So this is our portfolio for Whitney Hancock and Morgan Trawick for our sales management final.
Okay. So our company we chose was Suncoast Benefits and Partners. It's a sales rep for a benefit and consulting firm. And then it's in Tampa, Florida, but specifically more so in the metro area. Okay. So one of our first vendors and territories we chose was the Tampa General Hospital, and there are two opportunities. So they're an existing customer. And then our contacts are Lisa Morales, and she's an economic buyer for them. And then Jordan Patel, and he's a director of benefits, and he's a technical buyer. How it fits is it's a large hospital system with rising benefit costs. So they're looking at renewal and they're also looking at wellness expansion. So opportunity one is a self-funded plan renewal. They're looking to spend around 300,000. And then ultimately, it ends up being a value proposition and a lot of needs analysis. So, annual renewals for their core medical plans. And then our opportunity two was a wellness program expansion with about $80,000. And then it's essentially a proposal. And then it adds on to improve employee retention and reduce claims. And then this is just kind of the overview of the SmartFox account that we logged in. Here you can see John Smith and Jane Doe. And then at the bottom, you see the two opportunities and how we labeled them and categorized their stages. And then also we have all of our tasks that we had to log to complete this. And then also here are the billing addresses. Yeah. Oh, okay. And then kind of the overall prospecting stage, the opportunity value is $80,000. The weighted value is 12,000. The forecasted value is 12,000. And then it's looking at taking a year to 14 months to close. So ultimately not going to close this until February 10th, 2027. And then also at the bottom, you can see all of the stage history.
This is our second key account. So this is Blooming Brands with two opportunities. They're an existing customer, and I have three contacts here. The first is Kelsey Warren, the overall benefits manager. The second is Belle Murphy. She's a benefits representative for Outback and Bonefish Grill. And then the third is Haley Nunez. She's a benefits representative for Carrabba's and Fleming's. It fits into our company because it's a large restaurant holder that's in need of benefits packages for their fair wage employees, and they're looking mostly for renewals and the occasional program expansion. So for opportunity one, this is a full benefits package for about $70,000. They're currently in the value propositions stage. And the logic for this is just an annual renewal for their core medical and dental plans that they provide. The second opportunity is the voluntary benefits enrollment campaign for $25,000. They're currently in the needs analysis stage, and the logic behind it is it's optional add-on benefits for employees that are interested in more coverage. So things like pet insurance, illness insurance, those sorts of things being covered. Here you can see our overview of the account. It has all the information of what they're about. It's a restaurant holding company and needs of benefits and wellness packages across their restaurants. And then you can also see some of the tasks that we have coming up, like sending paperwork over and all of those sorts of things. You can also see on the other side our contacts and the opportunities. This page has our contacts, the lead information on them. For Belle Murphy, she is in charge of Outback and Bonefish Grill accounts. So those are her two territories. And then Haley Nunez is in charge of the Caribas and Flemings. So it kind of splits them up into two different accounts within this one major account. And then Kelsey is the overall benefits manager, and she is the one that we send all the paperwork and things to. Here you can see both of our opportunities. First is the full benefits package. It has all of the details about it. It is existing business for about $35,000 in expected revenue. The forecast value is currently 35,000 and it's taking about 12 to 13 weeks to complete. So this one won't take very long to complete. The second opportunity is the voluntary benefits campaign. It's giving them things like accident insurance, critical illnesses, pet insurance that are optional in case they want them. And then for the Smart Fox, their current weighted value is $7,500 and forecast value is $1,875, taking about 9 to 10 months to close.
Okay. So then we're going to go into the rest of our other accounts that we had to set up, but not our key accounts. So for one of the ones we chose was Hillsborough County Public Schools on with something that you really just wouldn't think about, but a school system being just kind of like a massive need for all sorts of consulting things. So two contacts we have there, we have Johnny Cash and Gordon Ramsay, and they're going to deal with all of our HR kind of public facing things that we need done. And the two opportunities we have with them is a voluntary benefits upgrade. And they're going to spend around $60,000 on that. And then the other one is a 2026 medical and dental plan renewal for the administration and staff of the entire county. Just something that is very important.
This is another one of our accounts. It is Cineverse, and so it is a um telecommunications company, and so they're looking for benefits to help them retain their top talent. We have two contacts within it, Jonathan Willis and William Sullivan. Jonathan is the overall director of Total Rewards, so he's kind of the big guy that we send off the paperwork and things to for overhead approval, working to send him some final paperwork and things. And then for William, he is the benefits representative. So he's who we're doing the negotiating with, renewing contracts, that sort of stuff. For that opportunity, working on a digital reimbursement stipend for their employees. A lot of their sales reps have to make a lot of calls, those sorts of things, so they need a reimbursement on phone bills and all of that stuff. And it's something that the company agreed would help them to retain their talent. It's currently with a revenue of $25,000, and it is a closed deal that we won. This is more on Cineverse, some of the tasks we have coming up, um, ways to reach them, lead information, all of that stuff. This is the third of our extra accounts. It is Moffitt Cancer Center. So they are a cancer center within a healthcare system and need benefits and packages for their faculty, like their doctors, nurses, HR employees, all of their staff, head to toe. We have two contacts within this. It's Ann Welch. She is the benefits manager in charge of distributing benefits packages to employees when they become applicable. So we talked to her about setting them up with some good benefits packages that will fit with their employees. She reports to our other contact, which is Mike Deal. He is the VP of Human Resources, and so he is kind of like the overhead guy of where we send all of that final paperwork to for review before closing any deals.
Okay. So another account that we did for our fourth one is TechCo Energy. And we have David Ramirez and Sarah Mitchell. So David is the benefits administrator, kind of like what Whitney was talking about before. Um, just kind of being the administrative face of making sure that everyone receives their plans and packages. And then Sarah Mitchell is the director of HR. And then, like with the school system, TechCo's opportunities were two different. One was the medical plan, and then one was the dental benefit plan. And they were set at two different ones. So the amount of revenue would be 1,800 or 180,000, and then the other amount would be 45,000. And then J-Bill, I believe that's how you say it, J-Bill Incorporated. Our two contacts were Thomas Nugent and Melissa Carter. Thomas was there is the benefits manager, and Melissa is the director of HR. And our two opportunities, so they're doubling. I don't know. They both had two different forms of voluntary benefit program expansion, and it's kind of cut off at the end. But they both, one had to do with healthcare and one had to do with a retirement plan.
That is an overview of all of the accounts that we have had and formed within our Salesforce and all of the information on them. And
Mhm.